So you want to join the army. And you're wondering, okay, what's MEPS like? And MEPS is the Military Entrancing Processing Station. That is where you're going to get your physical, and if you have not taken the ASVAB, that's where you're going to take the ASVAB. And that's where you're going to sign your contract, and that's, so you're going to swear in there, and if you're going active, you're going to go there again for when you get sent to basic, and you're going to swear in again. But if you're going reserves or guard, like I did, then you're just going to go there and swear in after your medical and ASVAB. So I went to Fort Lee. Some people are going to go to a different MEPS station, and it's different. But Fort Lee, you go to a hotel. Now that's sometimes you can come like in the morning instead if you want, but that means getting up, like if you're 2 hours away from there, you're getting up at 3 a.m. You gotta be there by 6 a.m. I think, and so you get there, you get in line, and if you go in the winter, it's too bad you're cold. You can't bring a bag in. If you do have a bag, you put it in a cubby and you leave it for the rest of the day. Your phone goes there too. You want to turn it off. You're not going to be using your phone. But so if you go to the hotel, you get there sometime between 3 and 8 in the afternoon and evening, and you spend the evening there. You get a free dinner. They will give you a talk about MEPS, what you should expect. It's pretty simple. You can spend however much time doing whatever you want pretty much, but you have to be at one meeting for them to brief you. So you have your own room. You share it with one other person. You can't have somebody else come in with you in that room. That room is yours and your roommates. You aren't going to have anybody else in that room. Make sure you don't wear a white shirt. That was just a big thing at the MEPS I went to. It was weird. I didn't understand it, but no white shirt. Pants without holes and closed-toed shoes. And so once I got to MEPS, the hotel, we just ate dinner. We went to the meeting. We hung out in the bedroom, and I watched a few movies and read a few books, and that's about it. There was a fitness station. I got to go run a bit, but that was really it the night before. But we had to be in the room by 11 p.m. at the very latest. That was curfew. We were up by 4:15 at the latest. We were downstairs by 4:45. And we ate breakfast, sorry. We ate breakfast, we got on the bus, and we were at MEPS by 6 a.m. Once we got there, we stood outside for about half an hour. They gave us a quick briefing, and then we filed in one by one. We went through a metal detector, and they had the bags go through a scanner, and we put our bags into the cubbies. We didn't get to touch them the rest of the day. And so once we get there, if you're doing the ASVAB, they're going to take you, or you talk to your service liaison, you go take the ASVAB, and then you get sent to medical. At medical, it's a little kind of feeling, because if you are not used to getting undressed in front of somebody and having somebody touch you for no other reason other than to make sure you're healthy, then you're gonna have a problem. But so what happened was my dog's sneezing. What happened was they gave me a gown. I put that gown on after undressing entirely. And then the gown was worthless. They had me lifted up in certain areas, and they pretty much touched every inch of my body and made sure I was okay. They were very callous about it. They didn't really care what you were feeling or anything. So that was the physical, and then they do an eye exam, they take your blood, they do a urine test, they do a hearing test, and then they do an orthoneuro and a height and weight. And if you don't make weight, you hopefully will make BMI, which isn't really BMI, it's just tape. So tape is where they measure your neck, your waist, and your hips. You want your neck to be big if you really want to pass, because I have a small waist and my neck is fairly big, but I still didn't pass for some weird reason until so they made me wait 6 weeks, and I came back and I passed weight. But so doing height and weight, you're going to be in with a whole bunch of other people. If you're female, it's going to be a bunch of girls. You're going to get undressed all the way down to your underwear and bra, and you're not wearing anything else. They don't want anything on your wrist, so no hairbands. I would put my hair up if I were you. It's not required. They do want to see be able to see your spine. So I wouldn't necessarily wear a sports bra unless you are sure they can see your spine through it. If it's like a mesh on the back, they approved that for somebody. That it was okay because they could see through the bra. That was fine. But there was one girl wearing a sports bra, and it wasn't mesh. You couldn't see through the back of the sports bra, and so they sent her back to the liaison, and they figured it out. So wear a regular bra or a sports bra that you can see your spine all the way up to your neck is my suggestion. And it wasn't that bad, but it's really boring. So if you don't pass medical immediately and they disqualify you for a couple weeks or so, or 6 months, and you come back, it's called an inspect, and you come back and they will do the thing that you didn't pass all over again. For females, no matter what, you're doing the pregnancy test every single time you come, so you make sure you drink some water so you can do the P test. That was my big problem. I went to MEPS 4 times, and you know why? 2 of those times I had trouble peeing, so I had to come back. So just make sure, females, you can pee that morning so you can do the pee test. They got to know me well enough because of that, which was really weirdly annoying. So after medical, if you pass, you get sent back to your liaison. They will start talking to, most likely you'll wait an hour or two, especially if there's shippers that day. But they'll start talking to you about your contract. They'll ask you, do you want this, this? And if you do get a bonus, that's great. They'll ask you certain questions. You fill out the security form, and you sign your contract, and then you're waiting for some time more. Then you'll get your fingerprints done. You'll get asked a whole bunch more of the same questions, and then you turn it. Once you sign everything, you turn it in to the front desk, and you're in line to do the swearing-in ceremony. During that time, I ate lunch. It was great. Lunch is okay. It's not terrible. It's not special either. Free lunch, so it's great, right? There's the one where I was at Fort Lee. They had 3 different types of sandwiches that I could choose from: an apple and some cookies and a drink. It's actually pretty good. So once you swear in, they will teach you how to stand. They'll teach you how to stand at attention. They'll teach you how to stand at ease, and then they'll teach you how to raise your right hand and swear in. And once you swear in, they'll have you sign one more thing, and then you go back to your liaison. You get handed your stuff, your contract, everything you signed that day. They'll hand it to you. You have it. You're in the military. If you are reserves or guard, you're in the Army. If you're not, you're going to come back and do the swear-in thing, and you're not in, really in, until you do swear in the second time and go to basic. So that is MEPS. It's pretty complicated, but it's pretty simple all at the same time. You're told where you're going to go. You don't have to know everything before you go. Like, the third time I went, I ended up having to wait in the USO from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Well, closer to 5 p.m. before I ended up going back to the hotel. So there's a lot of waiting and no sleeping. You got up at 4, you're not going back to bed until you get back to the hotel or home. So, yeah, I accidentally fell asleep in the USO. I was probably only asleep for 30-40 seconds before they woke me right back up and like, no sleeping. I was like, shoot, really? But like, no sleeping. You get your phone only in the cafeteria and the USO at Fort Lee. So yeah, good luck. I hope you get in and have a great day.